IELTS Listening. Section 4. You will hear a lecturer giving a lecture about the life of honey bees. First, you have sometimes to look at questions 31 to 40. Now we shall begin. You should answer the question as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer the questions.
Good morning and welcome to today's biology lecture on one of nature's most fascinating and vital creatures, the honeybee. While tiny in size, bees are giants in their impact on ecosystems, agriculture, and even human survival. Let's begin by understanding the structure of their community. Honeybees are not solitary insects. Unlike butterflies or beetles that operate alone, bees live together in an intricately organized social unit. This structured living arrangement is commonly referred to as a colony, which consists of tens of thousands of individuals working together for the survival of the whole. You may have heard the term hive, but that's more about the structure, the physical home, while colony describes the social group inside. Within each colony, there is a strict division of labor. At the top of this hierarchy sits the queen bee. Her main and nearly sole responsibility is reproduction. Day in and day out, she lays tiny oval-shaped eggs, which will grow into either workers, drones, or new queens, depending on how they're raised. The rate at which she produces offspring is astonishing, up to 2,000 eggs in a single day during peak season. Now, when it comes to foraging and maintenance of the hive, it's the worker bees who handle the bulk of the labor. These female bees, which, by the way, make up the majority of the colony, are the ones you usually see buzzing around flowers. They're not just collecting nectar. As they return to the hive, they transform this sweet liquid into honey through a process involving enzyme secretion and evaporation. It's their primary food source and also a crucial resource for the colony's survival during winter. But as they travel from one flower to another, bees also help move pollen, the powdery reproductive material from plants. Interestingly, pollen isn't just carried in their leg sacs as most think. It clings to their small hairs, which cover their entire bodies. These microscopic bristles are specialized to trap pollen grains, which later get transferred to other flowers, aiding fertilization. One of the most remarkable things about bees is their form of communication. Once a forager discovers a rich source of nectar, she doesn't just keep it to herself. Instead, she returns to the hive and performs a type of choreographed motion on the comb's surface, a form of communication known as the waggle dance. This movement conveys both distance and direction to the food source, using the angle of the sun and duration of movement as reference points. Now, you might wonder how bees even find flowers in the first place. Well, bees possess an impressive visual system. While humans rely on red, green, and blue cones in their eyes, bees can detect ultraviolet wavelengths, something we can't see. This helps them distinguish between various colors, even among similar-looking blooms. To a bee, the floral world is rich with visual cues we can't even perceive. Despite their remarkable abilities, bees are in decline globally. One major reason is the destruction of their natural surroundings. Forest clearing, monoculture farming, and rapid urban expansion lead to habitat degradation, or more simply, habitat loss. Without flowering plants and nesting grounds, colonies struggle to survive. Compounding this problem is the excessive use of chemicals. Certain pesticides, especially neonicotinoids, are believed to interfere with bees' internal biological functions. For instance, their navigation, their internal GPS system, if you will, can become disrupted. As a result, many bees fail to return to the hive, causing colony collapse. For those who work with bees, such as apiculturists or hobby beekeepers, safety is important. Even though bees aren't naturally aggressive, they will defend their hive if provoked. That's why beekeepers wear suits, gloves, and veils to avoid being stung. Some also use smoke to calm the bees before opening a hive for inspection. Finally, let's not forget the vital ecological role bees play. They are master pollinators. Moving pollen from one flower to another, they enable plant reproduction. Without bees, many fruits, vegetables, and nuts would either vanish or become scarce and expensive. So, when we speak of pollination, we're not just talking about flowers blooming. We're talking about sustaining food chains, biodiversity, and entire agricultural industries. In conclusion, honeybees are not just insects buzzing around your garden. They are expert builders, communicators, navigators, and farmers, and they are deeply woven into the fabric of the natural world. It's high time we recognize their value and protect them before their gentle hum disappears forever.
That is the end of Section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Please make sure you have transferred all your answers to the answer sheet correctly. The listening test is now over. You may now proceed to the reading section.